Some inventions can be useful, but in The Simpsons, many are just silly. These strange ideas will make you laugh, shake your head, and wonder why anyone thought they were smart. Let's take a closer look at the dumbest inventions ever seen on The Simpsons. First up, we've got Homer's refrigerator alarm, which beeps whenever the fridge is open or closed. Yep, it's always beeping. Imagine trying to grab a snack in peace, but every time you open or shut the fridge, it screams at you. It's like having a personal alarm system that serves no purpose except to drive everyone crazy. This invention is a perfect example of Homer's brain working in reverse. Instead of saving energy or being helpful, the alarm just makes everyone in the house angry. You can picture Homer proudly holding up his invention saying, "Behold, the refrigerator alarm! It's gonna change the world!" Meanwhile, Marge is rolling her eyes, thinking, "Homer, what were you thinking?" Then there's the baby translator from Season 3, courtesy of Homer's half-brother Herb. This device claimed to translate baby sounds into real words, and in the show it worked like magic.
Where did you go?
Maggie blabbled, and the device said, "I'm wet and I'm upset." Parents would love this, right? But let's be real, babies don't speak in secret codes. Their cries mean they're hungry, tired, or need a diaper change. Not that they're composing sonnets. While it looked genius on TV, in real life, it's just a silly idea that wouldn't work. Herb thought he'd strike gold with this one, but it's just a bunch of nonsense. Another invention that takes stupidity to the next level is Mr. Burns' sun blocker, a giant disc in the sky designed to block out the sun and force everyone to use his electricity. Only Mr. Burns could come up with something so diabolical. Blocking out the sun would kill plants, ruin the weather, and even make everyone miserable. It's like he's trying to hold the town hostage for a few extra bucks. In the end, his customers would die, and he wouldn't make any money. Genius, right? This invention takes stupidity to a whole new level. I mean, who needs the sun when you can have Mr. Burns' electricity? It's a brilliant plan, said no one ever. These inventions show that sometimes even the most well-intentioned ideas can go hilariously wrong. Let's dive into some more hilarious inventions from The Simpsons. We've got Homer's 2001 horsepower car, which was supposed to be the ultimate ride for the average American. Homer went all out, adding bubble domes to keep kids from touching each other, shag carpeting everywhere, and 3 horns that play La Cucaracha. It was like he raided a bad 70s decor store and thought, this is the future. The worst part? This monstrosity cost a whopping $82,000. Needless to say, no one wanted to buy it, and it bankrupted Herb's car company. Homer thought he'd created a masterpiece, but it was just another example of his ideas being, well, terrible. Then there's the FLAVOR unit, Homer's genius invention to improve breakfast. He created flavored lard, essentially lard with added sugar flavors like maple syrup. Homer believed people would love scooping flavored fat onto their food instead of using normal toppings. But let's be real, it's just fat mixed with sugar flavor. Completely unhealthy and utterly useless. This invention shows that when it comes to food, Homer's brain is wired to add more fat to everything. Because what's better than starting your day with a slab of lard? We've also got Professor Frink's dog translating collar, which claims to translate dog barks into English words. In the episode, it was adorable. Santa's little helper would bark, and the collar would say things like, "I'm hungry," or "You're home late." But in real life, this is just ridiculous. Dogs don't speak human language. Their barks show emotions like hunger, excitement, or fear. It's not like they're composing essays. While it looked fun in the cartoon, it's another useless invention in the real world. Away from that, Homer once invented hoverbike, which was supposed to revolutionize personal travel. Who wouldn't want to zip through town while floating in the air? Sounds cool in theory, but this is Homer we're talking about. When he tested his prototype, the hoverbike lifted off the ground, wobbled like a sick duck, and sent Homer flying into the pavement. Instead of soaring above traffic, he ended up in the emergency room. The hoverbike never made it past its painful test flight, proving that Springfield isn't ready for futuristic bikes built by its least careful resident. Next, Homer doubled down on weirdness with the automatic toilet chair. This invention perfectly sums up Homer's approach to life. Maximum comfort, maximum effort, zero shame. He took a regular recliner and stuck a toilet bowl inside it, so he'd never have to stand up again. Watch TV, eat snacks, nap, and take care of business all without leaving your seat. In Homer's mind, this was peak human achievement. But for anyone with hygiene standards, the automatic toilet chair is a nightmare. Imagine the smell. Imagine visitors walking in to see Homer snoring with a bowl of popcorn in his lap and a hidden surprise under the seat cushion. It's the kind of invention that proves laziness has no limits when Homer is on the job. Then there's the classic drink hat, a simple cap with 2 beer cans attached on either side, each feeding into his mouth with straws. Unlike many of Homer's brain children, the drink hat does exist in real life. And yes, it's just as dumb there too. Who needs their hands free that badly to drink 2 beers at once? Homer sure does. He walks around proudly with his drink hat, acting like he's invented the next great thing. Meanwhile, everyone else knows he just looks like a walking example of why Springfield can't have nice things. The drink hat is a masterpiece of unnecessary innovation, a true work of art. It's a wonder Homer didn't invent a way to attach a 3rd beer can to his hat just for good measure. Switching from drink hat, we have the toilet paper roll with back scratcher, another unnecessary mashup from The Wizard of Evergreen Terrace. In Homer's mind, it makes sense. You're already in the bathroom, so why not multitask? He took a normal toilet paper holder and stuck a back scratcher on top of it. So while you're sitting there, you can scratch that annoying itch. Genius, right? Not really. There's nothing quite as ridiculous as thinking people want to scratch their back with something attached to the toilet. Practical? No. Sanitary? Definitely not. Typical Homer? Absolutely. Professor Frink. His big idea was to keep ears warm with earmuffs that look exactly like hamburgers. So now instead of normal fluffy muffs, you've got 2 fake giant cheeseburgers stuck to the side of your head. You can't eat them. They don't work better than any other earmuffs. They just make you look like you lost a food fight. Only in Springfield could someone invent something so silly and still be proud enough to wear it in public. Sliding over to the last gem on this list, we reach the robot that brings beer from annoyed grunt Bart. In this episode, Homer's big goal wasn't to invent something world-changing. He just wanted a robot to fetch him beer. When he realized real robots are tricky to build, he did what any lazy genius would do. He climbed inside a homemade robot suit and pretended to be the beer robot himself. He used this fake robot to enter robot fights too, but deep down all he cared about was whether it could deliver cold cans straight to the couch. This invention shows Homer's true talent, finding new ways to avoid getting up to walk to the fridge. There is also the makeup gun. This hilarious disaster came from episode The Homer They Fall in Season 8. Homer, always trying to take shortcuts in life, invents a shotgun that sprays makeup onto women's faces. In his mind, this is the fastest way to look pretty, but when he tests it on Marge, it looks like her face went through a paintball war. Her entire face is caked with thick foundation, bright blush, dark lipstick, and heavy eyeshadow, all splattered in a messy, clownish way. Homer proudly announces that it's set to whore. Marge is horrified. Instead of a quick beauty fix, it turns into a weapon of cosmetic destruction. This invention proves one thing: Homer should never be allowed near a gun, even a makeup one. Moving on, there's the electric hammer from The Wizard of Evergreen Terrace in Season 10. In this episode, Homer suddenly realizes he hasn't done anything great in life. Inspired by Thomas Edison, he decides to become an inventor. One of his bright ideas is an electric hammer. Sounds smart at first until you see it. It's just an ordinary hammer taped to a motor. When switched on, it vibrates violently, making it impossible to hit a nail straight. Instead of helping, it turns hammering into a dangerous game where the nail, the wood, and your fingers all suffer. Imagine holding a vibrating hammer bouncing everywhere. In the end, the electric hammer became another example of Homer's lack of common sense. Alongside the electric hammer came another laughably useless creation, the chair with extra legs. This was also featured in The Wizard of Evergreen Terrace. Homer added 2 extra legs to the back of a normal chair so that when you lean back, it never falls. In his mind, it was a genius move to stop people from tripping over. But in reality, it looked bulky, awkward, and completely unnecessary. If you're worried about tipping backwards, just don't lean back. Instead of inventing something practical, Homer ended up with a chair that looked like a spider and took up too much space. Finally, there was the Everything's Okay alarm, also seen in The Wizard of Evergreen Terrace. This alarm was designed to blare loudly every few seconds, just to let you know everything was fine. Yeah, you heard that right. It screams at you to say, hey, no worries, all is well. But the purpose of an alarm is to warn you of danger. An alarm that goes off when nothing is wrong only creates stress and confusion. Imagine sitting quietly and suddenly hearing a loud alarm only to be told that everything is okay. Instead of peace, it brings chaos. In the end, it becomes another invention, proving that Homer's brain works in mysterious and completely unhelpful ways. These inventions show why Springfield is known for dumb ideas. However, despite their stupidity, these inventions are exactly why fans love The Simpsons. They remind us that Homer will always chase the laziest shortcut, no matter how dumb it looks. And while none of these gadgets will ever hit store shelves, except the drink hat, which sadly does exist, they're burned into our brains as proof that when Homer Simpson picks up a wrench, something ridiculous is about to happen. Which Simpsons invention made you laugh the most? Share your favorite in the comments below. We'd love to hear what cracked you up.